Here we go. Mr. Energy's here, guys. Happy Friday. Namaste. God bless. How are all of you? Why did I look down? I don't get it. But if I was, I hope you guys are having a great Friday. As I'm getting right to my point here, I had a lot of thoughts on my mind tonight. Mr. Fidget, Mr. Energy. But if I was giving an acceptance speech for, let's say, an award, I would say, probably blow everybody's mind. I would say, I want to thank God for trees, for allowing me to create what I wanted to create in my life. And they'd be like, oh, what's he going to go into? Environmental? No, meatball. Paper. And I'm going to show something to you guys, show you something that virtually changed my life. And still does to this day, mind you. You know, me, Mr. Writer, I don't go into the computer aspect of my writing a lot. It all starts with the old-fashioned way, the old power of pen to paper. And this little bit right here, I have to say, and there's probably hundreds of them, that have virtually changed my life. Why? Because it reminded me to transform. Because with the 60 to 70,000 thoughts a day that we carry with us every day, we call those redundant, how should we say, distractions, usually of past items, what we have to do by putting pen to paper and actually literally reminding yourself, physically writing it down, reminding yourself who you want to become, what you want to do, and what you want to pick up at the store, and all these little simple things in life. You keep doing it, you're going to redo your thinking. You're going to rewire your mind. And it's so prevalent with people nowadays. They're trying to, and they always say, I don't have time. But there's over 86,000 seconds in a day. 86,000 seconds. And I'll bring up my book as an example of what I did to create time. Because, you know, we create our own time by delegating how we use it. Hence plan. That's kind of like one of the words in the quote box tonight. And it's really powerful. But I'm going to read you something that Einstein wrote, because this is what most people do. But then they don't follow through on doing what they're thinking about every single day. Now, imagination is everything. It's a preview of life's coming attractions. You know, imagination, it's nice to think hairy-fairy things and unicorns and rainbows, but if you don't take a conscious effort to remind yourself to redo your thinking, you can never renew your life. Because we are bombarded every single day with thoughts and conjuring up different events. And usually one thought of the same similarity will lead to the same thought of a different similarity. It's a snowball effect in our mind. And when you have stuff like this to constantly remind you, this reminds you like the old rock stars, like the Hatfields and Metallica, Eddie Van Halen's and Slash of Guns N' Roses. You're thinking about rock star, that's kind of like what I do. But these guys, what do? Instead of carrying a notebook, they carry guitars to remind them what they want to become. And this is so prevalent in life today because we're so fixed on trying to get things done instead of trying to create things in our life. And it's simple little doodaggers like this that will remind you of where you're going. And you have to, in essence, keep reminding yourself where you're going. Me, Myself, and I Can wasn't just a book, meatball. It took years and years of reminding myself that I could do it. And transformation is the same thing. You have to keep reminding yourself of who you want to become. So along with the daily task and list of getting eggs, stamps, and bread, like I had to do today, was to jot this, to do that, to become this. By putting pen to paper, it's a power source, guys. And I'm going to go right to the quote box to show you guys what I'm talking about. Out of the quote box tonight, don't call it a dream, call it a plan. A dream is what the majority of us speak of. It's that hairy-fairy thing that we think about all the time. Yeah, you think about what you bring about, but a dream is a strong desired goal and or purpose. That's fine. Strong desired goal. Just like Einstein said, imagination is everything. It's a preview. Remember the old theaters, man? They're actually, I don't know if a lot of them are closing down. But beforehand, you had a preview of the next movie coming up or a movie coming soon. What did you have to do? You had to go physically do it to get there to see it. But what they give you a little snippet. Imagination is the same thing, guys. It gives you a little snippet of what you could become. Things like these, and however way you do it, I do it with journaling, I do it with my notepad, I do it whatever I want to do. I'm always reminding myself of where I want to go. Hence, that's creating a plan. Don't call it a dream, in essence, of what you're trying to attain. Call it a plan. Just like getting eggs and bread, man. Transformation is the same thing. You're redoing everything. You've got to keep reminding yourself to redo, to become a new person in your life. It's a constant process. Arduous? No. No, because if you're committed to something, if you're committed to someone in life, it's a natural thing. Transformation is a natural thing. If you're committed to changing your life, it's going to come natural, but it doesn't just come out of the thin air, meatball. You have to think about it. You have to remind yourself to do it. In those 86,400 seconds every single day is our platform that we can present to the world of what we want to bring every single day. So if you say you don't have time, you're right. You're absolutely right. Whatever you tell yourself, you're absolutely right. If you say you can do it, you will. If you say you can't, you will, because you conjure up the ideas of one way or another way. It's really simple, guys. It's really simple to analyze for yourself. Plan is a method for achieving an end. In essence, notebook, thinking, understanding what you want in life, jotting it down. Or some people want to use their phone. That's fine, to remind themselves. I love doing this. I love reminding myself where I'm going, because it's always gotten me to where I wanted to go. It's a constant process. Plan, a method of achieving an end. Hence, goal, aim, intend. To have a special intention. Intention is powerful. Whatever your intention is in life, whatever you're thinking about constantly that you feel and you want to bring, it's going to happen. But jotting it down and reminding yourself will bring it faster. Why? Because you're reminding yourself. Constantly reminding is rethinking, is understanding where you want to go in life and to keep doing it all the time. But it takes the next word, which is called effort. That's a physical thing that a lot of us don't want to do, guys. Effort, a serious attempt. You can think all you want all day long. You can come up with these beautiful thoughts of unicorns and all these beautiful rainbows. But if you don't actually go physically see the rainbow, you're never going to experience it on a physical level. That's like the icing on the cake, man. We can think about anything we want all day long. Literally anything or anyone all day long. But unless you physically get there and do it, you're never going to experience it. And most importantly, out of all of this, and I'll go into me, myself, and I can, out of all of this, what does all this do? All of this, what I just mentioned to you guys, it creates a habit. To me, it's natural now to get up every day, to journal. I had to remind myself many times for a long time to meditate for 5 minutes. Now it comes natural. Journaling comes natural. Positive thinking comes natural. Happiness comes natural. It's all set up by bringing together all these steps that creates a habit. And also stuttering, which I do a lot too, guys. I get ahead of myself. Habit is an acquired mode of behavior. Transformation is just you changing how you're thinking to changing how you're being every day. And if you keep doing it, it's going to come natural. It's going to become this amazing aspect of you. Very few of us, a lot of us talk a good game, indeed. There are people out there, yeah, I'm going to be this, I'm going to be that, but don't do a damn thing about it. And those people I know well. I've seen many of them, and I was one of them. I was the guy who was a dreamer, and I would stay home and see if it came to me many moons ago. And shit never happened. I just sat there and dreamt about it. You have to physically get out there, make the effort, make a plan, think about it all the time, remind yourself constantly about it, make the effort. Hence, if you keep doing it, it turns into what? A habit. And me, myself, and I can was probably the hardest habit I had to endure, because I didn't write a book. I wasn't trying to be a Rawlings or anything. I didn't write a book to become a bestseller. I wrote a book because I wanted to write a book. That was it. In my dreams and goals, there wasn't me, myself, and I can and all, Barnes and Noble. No, even though it's there, I didn't have those kind of thoughts about it. I wrote it because I wanted to do it in life. But it took a lot of little books like this to create the end product. Does that make sense? I was constantly writing down ideas. I mean, I was looking at this before. I'm like, I used to think this way. Oh my God, this is many moons ago. But the point being is, it's like, when you're preparing this amazing dish, you have to go through all the steps. And I used to carry books like this everywhere. I remember sitting at like lake compounds and my kids are playing in the water, 10 years ago. And I'm sitting there on the side of the pool. I'm watching them and I would write stuff down and watching them and write stuff down. And this is how you guys got to think. If you're really serious about transforming your life, you got to understand it's a non-stop process. 60 to 70,000 thoughts bombard you every single day. What thoughts are they? You have to change your thoughts by constantly changing your thoughts. You have to rewire and rethink what you constantly do every day. Transformation and becoming Mr. Energy like I have, it took a long time, but I was committed. I made the effort and I turned it into a habit. That's the beauty about all this. You keep doing something, it's going to become a habit, which is great because then the natural effects kick in and you start drawing to you even more effects from sowing what you want in life. You keep doing it constantly, guys. You can't lose at this game. Once you have an intention about what you want or whoever you want or whatever you want to bring up in your mind and you're writing and you're doing all the diligence and the due diligence involved in getting it and committing yourself to it, whatever you commit yourself to, you're going to create. This is the beauty of the universe. You can have the shittiest attitude in the world, but if you want to become this positive person, you keep, setting in your mind all positive things, making positive efforts, creating positive outcomes. You are going to turn the tables naturally. And it's going to become a habit. Why? Because I was a shithead for decades, man. Mr. Negative. I go from Mr. Energy. I was Mr. Negative for many, many, many moons. Everything was shit in life because that's how I was raised. Not to hurt the people that raised me, it's because how I was conditioned. When you recondition the engine, it runs better. Our minds are like this amazing engine. Whatever you put in it, it's going to happen. Whatever you keep thinking about, you're going to bring about. Whatever you keep doing, you're going to keep bringing in your life. And if you spend decades doing negative, all you can create is more negative. And a lot of you guys can understand and concur with what I just said. We were conditioned to be afraid to be ourselves. And if you're afraid to be yourself, all you can give the world with the 60 to 70,000 thoughts is more, how should we say, being afraid of being yourself. And this is what bothers me about life, is the fact that I wish people knew more about what they send out every day is what they bring about every day. So whatever you're trying to create, whatever you're trying to bring up in your mind, don't call it a dream, call it a plan. Transformation is just a plan of you that you want to create a better you. Dream, a strong desire, goal, or purpose. That's great. It's nice to have the unicorns and the rainbows, meatball, but have a plan to do it. How do you create it? It doesn't have to be crazy. Just jot down what you need to do in those 86,000 seconds we have every day to do what we want. You can plan anything you want. You just got to make the conscious choice to do it. Once you choose to change, life is going to fit around that. Be you and the world will change, man. It's going to come back to you. You make the plan, you make the effort. The most important thing you create from that, like I said before, a habit, an acquired mode of behavior. Transformation is you behaving differently, therefore attracting differently and bringing to you all you want in life. The conscious effort that you guys push every single day is going to bring about the most amazing results, or it's going to set you back. Are you looking forward or are you looking backwards in life? Keep asking yourself that question. Keep reminding yourself every day of who you are as a person, what you want to do, however way you do it. I do it the old school way. I like doing it that way because it just reminds me I'm putting pen to paper and I'm putting more power to it. You guys can do it however way you want. But I literally created a recipe for myself by writing down what I wanted to bring to myself and following through that with a plan and effort and turning that into a habit every single day. You can't change without changing. To change your life, you got to change your life. You got to change everything, not a portion, not a little piece, meatball, the whole pie. You got to create a whole new pie of what you want to bring to this world every single day. Watch some magic, guys. Right? This is not some hairy fairy shit, meatball. This is you changing you. And if you keep doing it every day, committed to, that doesn't matter. You can have the shittiest attitude, but if you're committed to changing to get better, you're going to find ways to get better. So give yourself some credit. Give yourself some kudos for making the effort and to keep trying. I remember what did I smoke for? 34 years, and I gave it up many, many years ago. Actually, no, I think 4 years ago. But all the effort it took to try to give it up, man, it took hundreds of attempts to do this. So give yourself some credit. Rely on your intention. Rely on your feelings of what you want to bring to this world. Watch some magic, guys. Watch some magic. But it's time for me to go eat some pasta. I'm starving, man. So America's Mentor _radio on Instagram, at America's Mentor on Twitter, at America's Mentor on YouTube. Don't call it a dream. Call it a plan. Plan is something that you implement every single day. And if you're serious about transformation, this is not motivation. This is you changing you. If you're serious about changing yourself, you are going to find a way, whether using a little crap-ass notebook from Walmart or however way you do it, you're going to find a way. But you have to make a plan with yourself. You have to have the effort. And from all that work, it's going to come natural because you're creating that transformative self in habits. So guys, think about it for yourself. Happy Friday. I'll see you guys soon, man. I'm stuttering away tonight. I got to get some food, man. Guys, have a great night. I'll see you guys soon.